This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
And it is nice to have you here with us at 6 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullins, broadcasting from my home studio.
And I'm Amanda Starantino at the WRTV studios. First tonight, the city of Indianapolis and Marion County announcing plans to enter the next stage of reopening. We need to get right to RTV6's Troy Washington with what you'll soon be allowed to do.
Phase 3 of the Getting Back on Track plan includes opening salons, spas, and tattoo parlors, allowing the doors of the churches to open for worship again, and welcoming more customers back to restaurants.
Personal service industries may resume by appointment only with PPE worn by all staff and all patrons. Now, this includes salons, spas, and tattoo parlors.
Mayor Joe Hogsett has given the go-ahead for the beauty industry to get back to what it does best.
I was so glad today when I was listening to the mayor saying that he will allow us to open on June 1st.
Sylvia Captive reached out to RTV6 in April, worried because she needed help getting approved for a small business loan. With our help, she found the right option to survive having to close her doors for 2 months. Like Mayor Hogsett pointed out, she'll be back June 1st, but not without some changes to how things are done.
We received from the state of Indiana big gowns of hand sanitizers and masks, so we are prepared with this.
Clients can sit in that chair or this chair over here, but the chair in the middle will remain empty to keep social distancing in place. Clients and stylists must now wear masks. Stylists will wear masks their entire shift, and constant sanitizing will take place throughout the day. As for heading back to the sanctuary, only 50% capacity allowed inside. Masks will be mandatory, but if churches choose to do service outside, there's no capacity limit. However, masks are still recommended. And finally, restaurants can now open at 50%, splitting between indoor and outdoor seating. Working for you, Troy Washington, RTV6.
Thank you, Troy. Also, we would like to mention Captive was able to bring back all 10 of the stylists who were without because of the pandemic. And here are other highlights of Marion County's plan to move into stage 3 of the state's reopening effort. Everything on this list starts Monday, June 1st. Malls and retail stores will be able to operate at 75% capacity with continued social distancing. Public gatherings will be capped at 50 people. Fitness centers may open at 50% capacity. Community pools can also go to 50% capacity with a cap of 100 people total.
All new at 6, Indiana University announces its plan for the 2020-2021 academic year, and it includes a mix of in-person and online classes. The fall semester will start August 24th and will end December 20th. Classes may meet in person or online until November 20th. Beginning November 30th, all classes will move online only. The spring semester starts January 19th. Classes may only meet online through February 7th, and after that, classes can meet in person or online for the remainder of the semester. This revised calendar eliminates both fall and spring breaks. Today, Ball State University confirmed that all of its classes will begin on August 24th for the fall 2020 semester. The university says its intention is to have in-person classes at the start of the year, and they will follow the guidance of federal, state, and local health officials. But the school is telling its faculty and students to be ready to switch between in-person and online classes as conditions and guidance changes. After Thanksgiving break, all classes at Ball State will be online. The school did not release its plans for the spring semester. The university has ordered 50,000 reusable face masks for faculty, staff, and students for when people start returning to campus.
Mark, we are about 3 hours from sunset, and I think any isolated showers or thunderstorms that develop between now and then will fade after that. We're at 77. It's all about the humidity today. That wind out of the south at 16 miles per hour. At least there's a breeze. Most everyone is dry. There's an exception. If you can see toward Fowler, this is west of Lafayette. A couple of showers and a downpour just kind of east of Attica there in Fountain County. Our rain chances are highest tomorrow and the first part of Friday. That's the most likely time for rain and thunderstorms. That's what we'll wake up to, a morning round of downpours and isolated thunder. We'll finish the timeline and look into the weekend. I think you'll like what you see Saturday and Sunday.
And today, the number of new COVID-19 cases in Indiana is slightly lower, but the number of new deaths is slightly higher. The Indiana State Department of Health confirms 370 new cases of the coronavirus. That is 3 fewer cases than were reported yesterday. So far, 32,437 people in Indiana have been diagnosed with the virus. The Department of Health also reports 21 new deaths. That's 3 more than what was reported yesterday. Since the pandemic began, 1,871 Hoosiers have died from COVID-19. More than 235,000 people have been tested for COVID-19, and just under 14% of them tested positive for the virus.
Personally, it's a must. We need this right now.
More people are stuck at home because of the pandemic, and calls for help from domestic violence victims, well, they're skyrocketing these days. Shelters operating at 50% capacity are filling up fast. RTV6's Megan Sanctorum explains how some local organizations are now working together to help and why they're asking the community to step in as well.
It's a startling statistic from the Domestic Violence Network. Leaders there say there's been a 125% increase in calls for help since the pandemic started.
We are still sheltering in place, so you're with your abuser.
Kelly McBride with the DVN says those looking to leave an abusive situation are having a tough time finding somewhere to go as shelters fill up.
They are completely full and difficult to get into.
So now they're putting people in hotels, something survivors like Lucia Sheehan say can help save lives.
People living in those situations need those places to stay immediately to feel safe.
Sheehan now runs Violence-Free Living, and she works with those involved in violent relationships by hosting programs in places like schools and jails. As a survivor who once had to make her own call for help, she knows how important it is for resources to be available right when you need them.
That type of an environment, when you're living with that, it takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of courage to make that phone call. And if you don't get somebody to connect with right away, that could be it for them forever.
The Domestic Violence Network had about $35,000 in their hotel fund, thanks to donations from the Braveheart Foundation and Central Indiana Community Foundation. But McBride says that money is going fast, and they need community support.
It's great that these foundations have come through and they've seen the need and they provided us the funding. We are almost halfway through it, and we've only been doing this for 2 weeks. So it's so important if we can have the community step up, even $10, $20, it all adds up and it helps.
So far, the DVN has placed 8 adults, several children, and a puppy in safe housing with this money. They hope to be able to provide the same help and resources to everyone else who may need it. Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
The Domestic Violence Network says 100% of donations will go to helping survivors. We have much more information on how you can donate, and that's at our website at theindychannel.com.
The Rebound Indiana is our initiative to help you overcome and make it through the COVID-19 pandemic. RTV6 Chief Investigator Rafael Sanchez continues to focus on those having trouble with their unemployment benefits. And as the economy reopens, some people are being called back to work or are being paid through the Paycheck Protection Program. But what if you don't feel like your place of work is safe? Your employer may disagree and you may have to appeal your benefits. It's our focus as we continue our series on managing unemployment.
The question here is, has the person refused an offer of suitable work? Or, in some of these situations, have they quit a job unreasonably? And we'll have to assign someone to that case. They'll contact the individual, they'll contact the employer. Ultimately, we're going to come out with a determination, yes, you did refuse suitable work, and therefore you're ineligible for unemployment benefits from that time forward. Or, this was not suitable work under the circumstances for whatever those reasons may be. And so your benefits can continue. And yes, to the extent that either party disagrees with that, they'd have that avenue for appeal where they would make essentially the same case to an administrative law judge at that point.
And that was Rafael Sanchez reporting. Tomorrow we'll focus on the key things you must do and ask in hopes of winning your appeal.
We are also trying to help you manage the stress this pandemic has brought into our lives. Kids have been cooped up for weeks looking at screens as they navigate e-learning. Many students are already complaining of boredom, and summer vacation hasn't even started for some districts. Well, I found that a fairly new app is helping keep kids occupied and teaching them responsibility, while at the same time providing a break for parents.
If you ask mom and business owner Lisa Berry what life has been like since the dawn of coronavirus here, she'll tell you.
It's been like one long, never-ending day.
Lisa and her husband are working parents, raising 2 boys and a girl, keeping track of work and e-learning schedules and preparing meals and cleaning the house can become mind-boggling.
The kids naturally, especially now in this day and age with computers and iPads, they gravitate towards wanting to play games all day if you don't give them some structure.
An app called Busy Kid is helping provide that structure while giving Lisa some peace of mind. The app's creator explains how it works.
Kids can go earn some money by doing chores around the house, and all a parent has to do is go in, look it over, approve the payday, and then we're going to pull the money out of their bank account and bring it into our system and automatically allocate or split up the money into saving, sharing, and spending.
You can customize it to each child based on the things that you want them working towards. So we've got 3 kids, 3 different ages. They're not going to have the same responsibilities.
On the app, Christopher can check off folding his laundry and can expect some allowance money in his Busy Kid account. Cece earns her pay by making breakfast, blueberry crepes on this day. And Matthew makes some money when he checks off vacuuming from his list.
I hope do something for the dogs, it could be feeding them, cleaning them.
Through the app, the kids receive a debit card, and they learn a valuable lesson about money management.
When they go and they clean up after the dog and they wash the car and they make their bed and they do all this stuff for a week, and then they go and swipe their card at the store or buy something online, all of a sudden they realize, oh shoot, that's how it works. I had to bust it out for a week to buy that toy.
A tool helping kids earn cash and helping parents manage their household.
It's been an amazing blessing because it really has given us the structure that we have needed.
So kids can even use their earnings to easily invest with stocks in several companies. The Busy Kid app is free, by the way, and available in iOS and Android app stores.
Well, would you like to hear something funny? How about a lot of funny things? One of Indy's oldest entertainment venues is taking its show online and inviting you to come along. Coming up, see how Comedy Sports is making it all up in a new way.
And I'm Dave First, a national junior golf event at Crooked Stick in Carmel, and for many, it's about time. That story coming up in our Sports Extra Spotlight.
And the warmest and coolest temperatures in my forecast. 83 the warmest. You see how cool it will be. We'll match these with a day of the week when we come back.
Apply online today.
It will still be at least a couple weeks before most entertainment venues get reopened around Indy, but one spot is bringing you the show to you.
Our Brad Brown caught up with the crew from Comedy Sports to see how the city's longest-running show is making humor from home.
These days, we could all use a good laugh.
Matt, where are you?
I'm in front of my drape.
And the team at Comedy Sports Indianapolis continues to deliver the funnies in a big way.
It absolutely is a big breath of fresh air for people that have been performing for 10, 20, whatever years, because we have to kind of re-examine what works and what doesn't work in this specific format.
Comedy Sports has had to close its Mass Ave location for now, but they made a pivot to improv on the internet. Fans can buy tickets to what's likely to be the most entertaining Zoom call you'll see.
One of the nice benefits, unexpected things about this format is giving people that ability and flexibility to participate maybe if they weren't as willing in a live performance.
Comedy Sports has been bringing improv entertainment to Indy since 1993. The format is pretty simple. 2 teams of performers take on improv challenges, competing for laughs and points. Having to perform without a live audience has changed the game completely.
What's the noise?
There's the sense of if you're not in the room with somebody, it's going to feel really weird. But didn't. It was, you just kind of settled into it pretty quickly, and you're still doing the same work. You're just not sharing the physical space.
But what has remained is a night filled with laughter and a fun way to step away from the daily grind of the past couple months.
Well, I've actually gotten to have like friends from New York and my parents in LA are all able to tune in and watch the same performance, which is really neat and like that really cool way to build that community.
Comedy Sports is doing their virtual shows live most weekends on Friday and Saturday nights. They do have a couple of free shows that you can see during the week as well. If you'd like to purchase tickets to watch online, you can find that information on the Comedy Sports website. They're also selling e-gift cards now that you'll be able to use for the live shows on the Mass Ave location once they get reopened, hopefully in the next few weeks. Working for you, Brad Brown, RTV6.
And thank you, Brad. I don't think the weekend forecast will make you laugh, but it will bring a smile to your face. 3 big changes. Humidity drops. That will be dramatic. Temperatures will be cooler in the 70s and lots of sunshine, which obviously translates then to a dry weekend. 72, the magic number on Saturday. Temperatures on Sunday in the lower 70s. Those are about 7 degrees below average for this time. Look at the morning lows. You can open the windows, let some fresh air in. Temperatures might even be considered on the cool side. I'd say outside of Indianapolis. Sunday and Monday morning, there's a real shot at a few spots reaching the upper 40s for morning low temperatures. Right now, 77 in Indy, lower 80s anywhere from Lafayette to Muncie North, lower 70s to the south, Bloomington and Columbus. Just a matter of cloud cover and the most recent showers as to what these temperatures are doing. Zionsville 73, Edinburgh, southeast Johnson County 5 degrees cooler. Okay, we look at the radar, one obvious spot of color, and I've spotted it, and perhaps you have as well. And Benton County, right over Fowler, that's a nice little downpour there. See another that's fading just northeast of Williamsport. Any activity this evening will be limited, and I think decrease in coverage for a while, and will pick up again overnight, but really toward the morning hours tomorrow. Let's start to focus. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Fairly widespread rain with some downpours. We take that to 9 o'clock, shifting north of Interstate 70. By 11, most of central Indiana drying out for the time being. We'll see pop-up downpours through the afternoon into the evening hours as temperatures struggle to hit 80 degrees. We'll be at 70 by noon. 80, the optimistic high temperature, and that's the last for the 80s for a while because dramatic change comes with the wind shifting to the northwest. A stronger northwest wind will bring in the drier air, which in turn lowers the humidity that I mentioned and brings more sunshine. Rain around Friday during the first half of the day. Second half of Friday, we're drying out. That sets the stage for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all to be partly to mostly sunny with comfortable temperatures. That's the best part. As we get some comfortable conditions, dry conditions, we hold on to it for a while. It just doesn't get pulled right out from under us. So enjoy that.
All right, thanks, Kevin, for that. Hey, Crooked Stick Golf Club in Carmel has hosted its fair share of tournaments over the years, and that continued this week with wins by Kentucky's John Marshall, Butler, and Laney Fry.
It was a very rare sporting event during this pandemic as a return to normalcy begins with golf. Dave First has the Sports Extra Spotlight.
It looks like a golf tournament. Sounds like a golf tournament, and in fact, all signs point towards a golf tournament. It's the Dye Junior Invitational at Crooked Stick in Carmel, and as you might have guessed, it almost didn't happen.
Yeah, I'd say very close to not happening. We didn't make a final decision until May the 10th, 2 weeks ahead of the event, and even at that time, we weren't sure how many of the 66 kids would feel comfortable traveling.
In the end, it's a full field of 66 juniors getting the blessing of local and state officials, and among the players, a 16-year-old from Florida named John Daly II. His dad, yeah, the one who stole the show at the 1991 PGA Championship at Crooked Stick.
It's the first time I've ever been here, but yeah, it's awesome. Of course, it's in great shape. I mean, it's just fun.
Dad give you any tips?
He gave me a little bit, but he knew there was a lot of changes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Social distancing, the unexpected change these days, but had a course laid out on 250 acres. No one's close to one another. From a girls' field, including Zionsville's Annabelle Pancake, to a boys' field, which also includes Noblesville and IU recruit Clay Merchant.
nice to see people again.
It really is, yeah. I was in the house for 5 weeks without doing anything, so getting out here and doing what we love to do, and it's been a while, and getting the nerves and kind of that first tee jitter, it's addicting.
So many people have been like, Annabelle, I love this because we're finally back, and I won't be able to play a tournament for like 3 months after this, but it's okay. They're all happy to finally be competing again and get to see people's faces and enjoy the thing that they love.
And in many ways, all of this is possible thanks to the late Pete and Alice Dye. In fact, this tournament was put together in their honor. The legendary golf architects, which their works are represented all around the course, flags from some of the greatest golf courses they've put together. Now, leaving a legacy and giving back in a very unique way. Who knew when the tournament was first conceived several months ago that it would play a bit of a social role as well? Is there a sense you're thankful this tournament's happening?
Yeah, I'm very thankful. It's my home course, and it's an honor to be able to play it in a tournament and just have such great competition and all the kids here. I think this is a good opportunity for golf to step in and get on more TVs and houses, because I think you can do it and you can do it properly out here.
I would say every parent and every player has been just so appreciative of us. And, you know, we didn't want to be cavalier by being the first club to host an event. We just wanted to do it because we thought it was the right thing to do.
Back in the swing, a rare tournament where everyone wins. Day first, RTV6 Sports. We continue to honor the outgoing spring sport athletes whose high school seasons have been abruptly cut short. We head to Zionsville High School. Meet Kyle Harmon, a 3-year letterman in high jump, long jump, and several different sprints, including the 55, 60, 100, and 200 meters. Kyle is set to attend the University of Alabama in the fall, where he'll study communications with the goal of being a sportscaster. Kyle, let's talk. I'm Dave First with another RTV6 Senior Salute.
Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Thank you for watching the news at 6. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. Then stay with us for the news.